All right, next up we have Xuio007 with Crash Bandicoot. Y'all enjoy. Oh, actually, give me 1 second. It looks like Marquis Dan with the $25 donation. Thanks for having me. No. You've got it all wrong. Thank you for donating your time and the $25. We really appreciate that. Thank you. Now, without further ado, we're bringing on the Crash Bandicoot. I hope you're ready.
You're live now, and then we can introduce ourselves. Yeah, I'm really bad at introducing myself in marathons. Hello everyone, welcome. It's time for some Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. It's time for the All Gems run. I'm joined by my co-commentator Gaffy. Say hello.
Hi everybody, I'm Gaffy. I also run the Insane Trilogy, but I tend to favor the second game.
Yeah, guys. As the run states, all gems. The rules for this for the run are to collect every single gem in the run, including the actual DLC level, Stormy Ascent gem, which was the actual cut level from the original Crash Bandicoot. So it's going to be, yeah, it should be a good experience. I'll try to do my best to commentate along with Gaffy along the way. But yeah, I think we're about time to get started. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, Todd. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Let me just start off and say stormy and good experience in the same sentence is a rare thing to hear.
Okay, also I didn't apparently crop my actual screen properly, so the run's not going to be able to count off the loads, but whatever, doesn't matter. Whoops. You should never miss that box right there. Oh, okay, sure, that crab went right through the box but didn't break it. Sure, whatever you say, game.
So Crash 1 is a very optimized game in the routing that you take and the boxes that you have to hit. You'll notice that Zooey's actually jumping quite a bit, since the speed of jumping is faster than just holding forward.
Yeah, for some reason we get a very small speed boost like the moment you jump, which is... we have no idea why it works, but it works. So you'll see me trying to jump whenever it's safe to do so. And apart from in triple mask form, that actually will slow you down. Waiting for the box bridge to actually fully go across. I could have gone a little bit earlier there, but I've never tried myself running over the bridge with triple mask form. It's scary.
For anybody that doesn't know the Crash Bandicoot games, in order to get gems, you have to get all the boxes inside a level.
And usually in the OG version, you wouldn't actually be allowed to die once after you break the checkpoint. But luckily in NST, you can die as many times as you want as long as you complete the level without game over. Apart from the coloured gems, they still kept that aspect in from the original. If you die on like a coloured gem level, you got to restart all over again from scratch. So they were pretty nice to most people, so it wouldn't be like teeth-grindingly frustrating.
The opposite to this jumping, so while Zooey has triple mask, he actually moves faster than jumping. And also being able to get masks without having to spin them is super nice.
Yeah.
So your goal is to stay on the ground while you have triple mask and take the optimal routing, so that way you can get certain cycles.
Yeah, you want to jump as little as possible with triple mask form, so you only see me jump whenever it's absolutely necessary to do so. I'm going to try and see if I can actually get the actual cut right through the actual rollers in a second. It's going to be pretty close though. Nice, we got it.
Very nice.
That was a little close, but we got it. But yeah, also basically for every box that we break, each box is roughly, people have done the math on it, every break you leave behind is about 0.18 to 0.2 seconds for each box. That's why we try and break as much as we can without going out of our way to break boxes that are out of the way.
Now you may notice that he did not get all the boxes in this level. That's because we don't have the green gem yet, so we'll have to revisit at a later point.
Yes, indeed. Because there will be some levels where we will have to come back and do a second time. That's usually the levels that require the coloured gems, and there are 6 coloured gems in Crash 1. So shiny gems will collect throughout those runs, throughout the levels. Yeah, you'll see at the very start of the actual game as well, we get a lot of triple mask forms, but they will become less frequent as we go along. Will still be one here and there every now and then, but it's not as frequent as at like the very first like 3 or 4 levels. But we're coming up.
Great gate. You go ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say we're coming up to our first bonus level, which we'll have to do. Because usually in the OG, you didn't have to actually do the bonus levels to get all the boxes for the box gem. That was just for extra lives and a chance to actually save your game. Because they weren't able to for some reason didn't allow you to save your game unless you actually completed a bonus or got a gem. So, but in NST you have to do all the bonus stuff to get the actual gem. Go ahead, Gaffy.
Coming up at the end of this level is what tends to set runs for runners in this category. You normally are intended to get another gem and come back to this level, but we're going to see if Xuio's able to jump over the hitbox of the exit gate to get to the area where the gem would normally take you.
I'm going to focus here now.
Fingers crossed.
Got it.
And he nails it. What a god.
That was. I thought it was going to be a bit too far over to the right there. That was scary. That was, not gonna lie, that was pretty scary. That's the first major skip done. So basically that will save us from having to revisit again later on near the end of the run. So that's going to be pretty pog. So we've got to be careful here. I can still mix up if I'm not careful. Got to take this nice and slow here. Okay, there we go. I can relax for a moment now. So yeah, that's not intended, but it's basically allows you to not have to come back a second time for the Great Gate and getting the orange gem near the end of the actual run.
And that's several minutes of time save.
Yeah, that's about like 2 minutes or something. Alright, that's Great Gate finished. Pretty much. Oh, dear me, that was a little scary. I thought it was going to be too far to the left hand side. But that's the first major skip of the run finished. Ba-da-ba. Good stuff, good stuff.
Out of curiosity, what is the percentage when you finish all gems?
101%. Which is a weird number to have, but yeah, 101%. Cortex would actually give you 3% more for 104, but we don't do Cortex in this run, and the last 1% comes from the relics, because apparently, yeah, that's what it means that they give you 1% for collecting all 27, or actually 26 gold or platinum relics, because all that effort for 1%. Yay! Oh, okay, never mind, I actually overestimated that jump. Okay, that's fine, it's not a huge time loss right there, that's just a little bit annoying. I was trying to maximise my speed going down the hill, and I jumped a tad too late. I kept my speed into the actual pit. Luckily, no shoot animation though, that's an extra 3-second save. That's not on the bright side. Yeah, that was my own fault. I was jumping a bit too much for my own good, trying to maximise my speed. But luckily, the good thing is in this game, you have almost no worry about actually getting a game over because you get so many lives in Crash 1, it's unbelievable.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the original, the boulder doesn't break the boxes, correct?
It does not, no, you have to break them yourself.
So one of the nice upgrades to the Insane Trilogy is that the boulders actually do, and it's just super nice.
Yeah, the only level where the boulders don't break the boxes for you is in Crash 2 in Crash... Is it Crash Dash, the second level? I can't remember if it's Crash Dash or Crash Crush. I think it's Crash Crush, I'm pretty sure.
I think there's... Yeah, it's like a 4-box setup in Crash Crush for the second.
Yeah, and it won't break the reinforced crate and the boxes near the actual very end. It won't... That's certain boxes it will ignore breaking. So that's the only thing you ought to be aware of. Apart from that, it'll break every other box for you. But yeah, we're coming into upstream now. I'm going to try and do a very quick little... It's not really a major skip here, but I'm going to try and get the leaf skip right here. So I'm going to pick ahead very quickly here. Ah, we got it.
Nice.
Ooh. It's not a
that
huge...
is not nearly as free as it looks.
No, you got to jump literally on like the last moment of the actual leaf. Usually a lot of people... Ah, I've got Tashi, that's my fault. That's fine. Yeah, usually a lot of people like to spin off the leaf, but I tend to actually like fall in the water more by trying to spin jump off it than just normally jumping off it, and that's just, I guess, preference. It's worked for me just normally just running and jumping instead of trying to do a spin jump, because Some people think, I think you do get like some like, extra like iframes when spinning off a ledge with a spin. But I'm not exactly too sure about that. It's never been like definitively proven you actually get, not like in the original Crash 1 where you can spin off a ledge and you get like an extra couple moments of iframes while the game thinks you're actually on like a platform where you spin off an actual ledge. But you'll see like
Go ahead.
I was going to say, yeah, in the first island you don't actually get that many gems because most of them actually require to get the colour gems more than any other island, surprisingly enough, so that's why we have to actually come back and do like 4 or 5 levels later on. Go ahead, Gaffy.
I was just going to say that as far as from what I've heard, spinning affects the environmental collision box, so it ever so slightly gives you a little bit longer distance to go, but it's minute.
Yeah, it's very minute, you just make quite useful, that's it. But yeah, we're entering now Papu, the first boss of the game. Pretty easy boss, standard affairs, just jump on his head until you knock him out. Not much too special. He'll try and like hit you with his pole. That's it. And also you want to try and do a jump in the middle of his belly, because you won't have to go nowhere near as far to get to the middle. Otherwise you are like by his chair, you do like a really long like auto lock onto his belly from the chair. It takes quite a while to get over there, so you just stand in the middle and wait for him to do the animation. There we go, that's the first boss down, easy peasy.
Little things like that are what's so scary about running this game. Everything is optimized.
Dude, it's such a degree. We're coming in now to Rolling Stones. Once again, another level where we can't get the gem for now and to actually get the colour gem later on. So all we can try and do for now is go as fast as possible. Okay, managed to get over that, but I have to wait for the rollers. That's a little scary actually, you got to cut that perfectly, otherwise you'll get hit by the back of the roller. I'm about to do a leap of faith right here. It's actually kind of scary, that jump, because you have to trust yourself from where you're going through the actual explosion and the smoke. But yeah, see me try and grab as many boxes as possible along the way, because every box we break, as I said earlier, is 0.2 seconds off the actual box count, and you'd be surprised how much time you chip away when I have to break quite a lot of boxes. Like that's 0.4 right there, that's 0.6. That's why it's really important to grab as much as you can. It does indeed. You'd be surprised how much you can save. Yeah, I could try and hug the wall here. You can actually run along the side of the wall, but I don't like doing that. It's pretty dangerous. You have to like hug the wall and do like a diagonal left run to actually get across it faster. But if you don't hold it down fully, you'll just fall in the hole and just really have to respawn back at the last checkpoint.
Now I know the game allows you to do both. Do you prefer to play with analog stick or D-pad?
D-pad. I can't play
the whole game
with analog. I usually a lot of time I muck up where I'm running to with analog. You do have more control when you're moving a little bit easier, but I don't like using analog a lot unless I absolutely have to. So that's why I always stick to using D-pad. People say I'm strange for using D-pad only, but for me it's a lot easier to control. You think with the analog with 360 control movement, you can have more control with that, but it feels I don't like
more room for error as well, I think.
Yeah.
The game was kind of made with D-pad in mind.
Also, I'm going to try and jump here as quickly as possible. I'm going to try and see if I can show off what I call the spring legs. I don't think you know what I mean by spring legs, do you, Agathi?
I do not.
Yeah, basically in this level, and the 2 hog levels we're going to be doing, I'll be trying to jump as much as possible, same as normally with Crash, trying to jump as much as possible. And if you get the frame perfect jump, you actually, the hog doesn't even like make a new jump, it's like it's got springs in his legs. Like a pogo stick. And if you get like 4 times in a row, it's quite wee. Like I got twice in a row.
There it is.
Twice in a row. That's why I call it the pogo legs. Doesn't do anything for you. It's just funny to see. And there we go over the ledge, and let's see if we can get a couple more at the very end. Bing, bong, hey, over the ledge.
Nice.
Doesn't do anything for you. It's just a nice little funny thing to see the hog go like spring legs. Like super spring legs that don't have to recoil. Okay, time for probably actually the hardest level actually in the whole game in a technical sense. Native Fortress. Has a lot of cycles you have to actually be constantly ahead of to actually be able to go at full speed. And once again, this is another level we can't get the gem, because it requires the red gem from another level later on, so we'll be going as fast as we can, trying to see if we can get past all the cycles. But people are torn between either this level or Sunset Vista to be the most technical. Sunset Vista is actually longer, but it's not as technically challenging compared to like that, for example. I held the jump for a tad too little. That's fine. It's not a huge difference. I'm not too far behind now.
This is definitely, in my opinion, where the run actually picks up in difficulty.
Yeah,
starts
quite
causing more
badly.
resets.
We have to wait here anyway for one cycle regardless, so we'll just wait out the thing right here so we can carry on at full speed now. But even if I had fallen down there, I had to wait anyway for one cycle regardless, because you can't do it in one cycle unfortunately. You can do it in like 1.5 at maximum. Ooh, being a little bit scary there, and then use the actual mask to break on through by getting hit by the punchy stick and then going straight past the TNT. Otherwise you have to like break the actual stack of boxes to get over before the TNT gets you. But so far it's been a pretty good first half so far, apart from that one mistake from earlier.
Ooh, no safety mask.
No, I'm not going for it, I'm being brave. Should be able to do it. Yeah, you're seeing me like going quite early into the flame pit because the flame pits are actually very misleading, and also you'll see me spinning off these as well because you don't actually get any bounce traction off the actual bounce pads as well. For some reason, you just use it like a little mini like a stone. I can describe it, but yeah, you'll see me going early towards the flame pit because the cycles and the pit boxes are very deceiving. Like the flames actually end sooner than you think they do, even though it's technically still on screen, then I get hurt by them, and that's native finished. Not bad, that was a pretty good native, apart from the...
Yeah, well done.
Went for the dangerous cycles as much as I could. Hey, not bad, a 15 minute native for Iron 1, it's not actually too bad actually in real time. It ain't the best anyone's ever done, but definitely ain't the worst anyone's ever done either. So yeah, now we're entering Island 2 now, Gaffy. This is where, as you said, the game starts to pick up now in difficulty. And now we can start actually getting gems, especially mostly in Island 2. If I'm pretty sure, only 2 levels you can't get for now on Island 2, require a purple and a red gem respectively. Yes, up the creek is pretty... Oh yeah, I was also probably mention as well that most levels have like 2 of the identical same theme level. Not every level does, but most levels have like a counterpart to them. Up the creek being the older brother, as they say, of upstream. And you'll see that throughout the run, and you saw it with Jungle Rollers and Rolling Stones. Rolling Stones being the older brother of Jungle Rollers. Go watch out for the monkeys. These guys can kill you if you're not careful enough. They can make you bounce forward or backward, which could actually make you have to wait for more cycles.
I think they definitely got me my first time through there.
Oh yeah, actually supposedly they're quite big as well, actually. Like, deceptively big as well. Okay, then very nice. I have to wait at all for the leads to come back up again. Yeah, backtracking is also a thing you have to do in this level. Not very much, but you'd be surprised how many people miss this actual gem as they go through their playthroughs. Because they do get the boss like, oh, I wonder if I get something else later on in the level, they have to go backwards. Because there's no outline of those boxes either, so you can't actually say, oh, I see like a white outline. So you wouldn't think to go backwards again. Alright, bonus time again. Yeah, this is where you'll be seeing us doing a lot of bonus levels now for Island 2. Also, as I probably mentioned as well, like in the original, you had one chance to do the bonus level. If you died in that bonus, you could go right back to where you got the third token from. And if you want to try and do it again, you have to literally restart from scratch.
Good spin on that jump box.
Thank you. Yeah, whenever I can, I'll try and like break boxes, but it's dangerous because if you actually spin too low to the ground, you actually just go, you'll break right through it and fall straight down to your doom. There, that's up the creek finished. But that's 5 gems. Ba-da-ba. Also, Crash has 3 different animations as well for his gem collection. He can either cough up a gem, he can like chuck it, like, I don't know, smash it out of his ears, or try and pull into his into a place where I would rather not say, and pull it out from there for a very disturbing noise.
His back pocket.
Yeah, his back pocket. And we're not actually sure what actually is the best one to actually have it animation wise, but we think it's like the actual coughing one's the best one for him to have for the shortest one. Oh, I got him just about. Oh,
Yeah, good early hit. Ooh.
just about got it as well, and that should be done. Yeah, we're done. Oh, fast animation? Okay, sort of. Fell for the concrete again, because why not? Yeah, so what he's meant to do is actually meant to jump right back to the front middle area and forth the actual waterfall that way, but since he bugged out, he just fell through the concrete, because, you know...
Why not?
Yeah. But yeah, that was Riveroo. But like, I actually can go a lot, that can go very badly very quickly if you don't know what you're doing, or you muck it up, so I'm happy with that. Alright, Gaffy, Lost City, please explain the premise behind the coloured gems as we start this off.
So Lost City, on top of already needing to get every box for a regular gem, to get the green gem, you must get all the boxes and also not die. Which, if anybody has played this, is full of raid boss. There's a lizard at the end that wants to kill you. The jumps are tight, to say the least.
Especially near the end, which we'll see later on. But yeah, the only saving grace is that you can die before the first checkpoint. After that, then it locks it out after that. Okay, not bad. I actually made it cycle quite nicely there. That's nice. Yeah, the bats are very weird in the PC version. On the PS4 version, or console versions, they were a little bit more predictable, but in the PC versions, like, the same strategy can't work, like, all the time. Like, you might get, like, maybe 3 bats, sometimes you might get 4, 1 spin. Ah, I wasn't fast enough. Try to see if I can beat that cycle out, but unfortunately I had too slow. So yeah, it's very unpredictable. You can actually get quite easily damaged from the bats. I went a bit too early there myself, that's my own fault. I went a bit too early. There we go. Yeah, I tried to see if I could cut that as fast as I could, and unfortunately I was a tad too early. I was jumping the gun a tad too quick. Alright, we're coming up to our first bonus, or not our first bonus, but our secondary bonus. The Brio bonus. The Brio bonuses are basically like harder versions of normal bonuses. But they function exactly the same, they're just harder versions of them. But there's a lot of them as well. So I think it's only like, I think 5 in the whole game. Pretty sure if I remember correctly. So we just try and only break what I actually have to break. I know exactly what boxes will break and won't break when I actually leave the TNTs to explode. And there we go, that's half the boxes collected. We're collecting extra life because I never might need that. Kappa. Oh, I got fixed quickly.
Lives in Crash 1.
Okay, good. Ooh. Yeah, I was trying to be aggressive there. That's actually a lot harder than it looks. Actually, you've got to get there early. Too late, you'll get locked out from the actual from making it over. Whew, okay, now we're entering the tunnel bonus from the city.
Now, because bouncing in this game is terribly slow, you see him have to jump and spin simultaneously to try and save time on these crates.
That wasn't the fastest you can do that, but it's the safest I can actually do it so far, consistently. So
It's still much faster than jumping on each one 5 times.
It's pretty awful. Like, I think we're almost done. One last
Raid boss time.
And we nailed it.
Got
back
him.
in there. And that's our first coloured gem. 1 down, 5 to go. Yeah, that's not as easy as I made it look, to be honest. I've seen people struggle for many hours trying to get that done. Especially near the end with the actual pressure pads. Because usually you can offset the actual balance by just jumping. So actually just trying to like wait on it, and then, because usually if you just stand on it for like half a second, you'll be up and over yourself. The scale will just tip you down to the bottom.
Yeah, if you mess that up, I mean, your run is dead, essentially.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it pretty much... Oh, okay, never mind. Wasn't close enough. It said no, apparently. Sometimes the Aku can give you like the biggest hitbox in the world. Other times it's like you got like the thinnest noodle ever. Hitbox. But yeah, Temple Ruins is a special commodity. It's actually one of the few levels in the game that doesn't actually have any bonus tokens. is kind of surprising. I think it's only like one of 2 levels in the whole game has no bonus tokens in it.
Thank goodness. This level is enough as it is.
Ah, I wasn't able to trigger the flame pit early. Damn, that's fine. Ooh, scary. Unfortunately, I got hit there from the spikes. I won't be able to make the most of the speed boost right here, which is not too bad, but ain't great either. 1, 2, 3. Gonna wait there. Break, please. Thank you. Ah, I'm dead.
Oh,
yeah. I thought I could make it just in time before the flame pit.
yeah.
It's not a huge death. Maybe like what, 15 seconds. But I thought I could make it. I should have just backed off. And... I didn't see if a cycle go off earlier, so I thought I would have been fine. But no, I should have just played it safe over there.
Something interesting about the HD game, so the bouncing is just ever so off, so in the original you take a damage like that, you can possibly make it over, but this game, no way.
Yeah, like you could jump further in Crash 1, you felt lighter and you could actually jump a little bit further. But in this, when you jump off a box, it feels like you got like no momentum or no speed to make it over anything. That's why you play it through normally, you have to like take like certain levels to come to later on like very carefully, like you wouldn't have like the absurd height and distance you could get with Crash in the original version. Yeah, not too bad. That could have gone worse. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
I
I
died
think
at the end.
First death of the run, so not bad at all.
I saw the flame pit. I should have backed off. I thought maybe I could just make it just in time, but unfortunately, no. Speaking of, this is probably the most infamous level. This is supposed to be the Dark Souls level of Crash Bandicoot, as some people would say. The road to nowhere. This was probably the level that gave most people the hardest time when they're playing for it for the first time. Especially in the NST version. OG was actually easier, I think. Is it weird to say, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to actually get these, yeah, just pick the boxes and move on. Like, is it weird for me to say, like, in the OG version, the Highway Road was my favourite level, and in NST is my worst level? Because of the way that the jumping mechanics work. Like, you jump off a turtle, you can literally, like, jump to the moon. But in this version, you might be lucky to maybe jump over a mini. Yeah, I'll try.
That's why, and I'm very thankful, we have the rope method.
Yay! And people say this is
all
cheating.
the difficulty.
I wouldn't be the first person to ever someone say like, "Oh, Zuzu, you're cheating. You're using the rope. You're cheating." I'm just trying to do a speedrun. Like, well, how am I supposed to like be competitive if I don't actually use what they're using? Like, well, just do it without it. I'm like, right, whatever you say, that's fair to handicap me, but not handicap other people.
I'm very glad to see that you're also a right side roper.
Yeah, I just feel better on the right hand side because my right eye is stronger than my left eye. So it makes it easier for me to see anyway compared to the left. I guess it comes down to what you feel natural with, but for me it's the right hand side. The right rope for life! But yeah, so I usually always stay on the right hand side. It doesn't matter if you go on the left or the right, but I just prefer being on the right hand side. It's like the great NST debate, what's the better side, left or right? Make a choice.
There's no debate there. Everybody knows it's right side.
Yeah, right side. Right side, best side. Alright, speaking of right side, we're on the right side of boulders now. And the harder version, Boulder Dash. Not much more difficult than the original version, it's just longer, instead of being 3 sections, it's 5 sections. And you got like more pitfalls and more hazards in your way. But you'll see me jump as much as possible here, because Geth was saying we get a little bit of speed boost from jumping, so I'll try to jump in the best place possible, because you actually gain speed when falling down a hill. Like, the moment after you finish your arc, like, it starts the actual crashes downward momentum, I don't know what we want to call it, like, mechanic. Obviously, if you fall, you gain speed when falling, and usually if you jump from the right height, you start to get the crashes, jumping speed and progress. If you get it just right, you can get some extra speed when falling down hills. Nothing major, but it all adds up. I'm going to try to see if I can jump over the actual logs here in a second as well. Well, I know they're going to pass that in my explanation. I can't remember. And I was too focused on what I'm doing while commentating. I wasn't sure if I've already gone past what I thought I did. Is it right here? No, it's not here. No, yeah, I've gone past it already. Never mind. I was going to show it off. I'll show it off hopefully on the second pass. Focusing too much. Trying to show something off. And I thought, oh yeah, we've gone past it. Never mind. But yeah, we collect every box that we can because 17 is the maximum you can collect. And we'll come back later on with a purple gem. Alright, coming up to the longest level in the run, apart from maybe Stormy Ascent, depending on how... It's variable. I'm not sure what is actually faster, Vista or Stormy Ascent, but I think Vista, normally, Vista's the longest level in the game, and we've now got to do something quite unique here, Gaffy, so I'd like to explain what we've got to do on this level that's actually unique.
I will let you explain this one.
Alright. But yeah, so in this level, we can try and get a key and from doing the unique Cortex burst levels, which are basically like the original Brio's burst levels, but even harder than his ones. And in the original version, you had one chance to get it. If you failed the actual Cortex bonus, you had to restart the whole level all over again, and that would be the end of your run in the OG version. But luckily in NST, you get to try it over and over again, because why not? Because who loves being able to tout their own hair? So once we get the 3 Cortex tokens, we'll be able to do the Cortex bonus and try and get the key, which will allow us to get access to a level later on in the run, which we need to try and get the gem for. Whoops! No!
Ooh, that was scary.
Yeah. Oh, I could have gone for that one actually. I forgot. If I couldn't get the first one, I'd go for the second one. I just don't want to risk anything. Yeah, we'll get to the burst level later on when we get to that point. Cortex bonus level. That's the end of the first tier. Yeah, there are 5 tiers to Sunset Vista. Really, like tier 2 and tier 4 are like support tiers, but I still count them anyway in the whole level. The main ones are tier 1, tier 3, which we're about to go to now, and tier 5 at the very top. I could try to go for that cycle there, but if I messed up, I would have gone straight down to the fire pit and been in a lot of trouble, so I'd rather just wait it out. I'd rather just wait it out. Okay, now we're on tier 3. Lots of these little platforms now you got to go over again and again. Now we have to wait, unfortunately. Very painfully wait. Do. Got to wait like an eternity.
In the 90%, it's kind of nice. They just skip the checkpoint and you're allowed to just get through the cycle.
Yeah.
But because we need the boxes, we wait.
I'm going to try to see if I can get some more cycle here, right here.
Ooh!
Nice, okay. Phew, that was a little bit close. But yeah, you have to go straight away to make it. Like, you can go for it, you got to go straight away. I'm going to try and use a little bit of trickery here. Oh. There we go. It's faster than actually trying to draw. You meant to draw that red gecko towards the actual the metal box, but you can just use the...
Nobody's got time for that.
Fast. Yeah, no one's got time for that. Mechanics. God, I haven't got time for that. No one's got time for that. Alright, the second Cortex token, you have to actually do that pretty carefully in timing, because it's like a little puzzle, you've got to time it just right, but if you just go straight away, you're fine. Actually, your biggest enemy here is yourself if you actually try and wait too long, because then you've got to try like work out the puzzles and the actual sequences, and you can get into a lot of trouble. There we go. Third token is sneakily hidden behind that little pillar there.
Very tricky of them.
Alright, now for the Codex bonus. And also, with that bonus, you've got to break every box here as well. You can't just get to the end like you could in the original. You actually have to break every box along the way here as well. There we go. Make sure you collect the key first, because I've seen people like just go straight onto the actual platform and say, "No, the key! The key!" While you walk around, and it's like poetry in motion. Whoop. Okay. But yeah, I've seen people like being almost close to tears from actually being able to get that. I'm like, no!
Especially on the longest level in the game.
Yeah.
You do not want to re-enter.
You do not know. This one's pretty simple, just get to the end, get the TNT, and run to the end. That's all we got to do. TNT will do the work for you. Yeah, from what I know, TNTs can cover three boxes. That's the explosion radius. So it's a pretty big radius. but sometimes you're worried if you actually will catch it or not. I mean, during that last bonus, the collect bonus, I could literally just break the first 2 boxes at the back and let the actual... Ow, uh-oh. Okay, Cycle got me a little bit there.
And the cycles in this level are not very forgiving.
No, they're very unforgivable, and also not like their actual OG counterparts. Literally, they will all be in perfect sync constantly, so you don't have to wait at all. You can literally just go from one to the other, like in perfect sync with each other. So you don't have to wait at all. But in this one, you can have to wait up to 3 times if you're unlucky enough. There's all the stuff you can do about it, apart from just depending on how fast you get there and whenever you exit again. But it's fine, whatever. We got through it pretty much painlessly. A few little bits of but nothing too bad. Alright, coming up to the last part of Island 2, Koala Kong. Now I'm going to try and go for the Koala Kong skip here, but I am probably not going to get it. It's the highest skip in not only probably the game, but all of NST, I think, from what I know. Because of the
I would say only one runner really gets this consistently. I say it's impossible.
I mean, I have done it before in runs, but I haven't done it in such a long time. It's really hard. You can do it at 60 frames per second, but you'll see me here going into the graphics and take it down to 30. You can do it at 60, but it happens so quickly, it's almost impossible to get it at 60. Like, I think no one's actually been able to get it in a run so far. Nah, I was too far to the right. That's really hard with my eyesight as well, especially having like a rare eye condition. It's really hard to actually see what to do there. But mostly anyone in the actual NST community respects people going for Koala Kong skip because it requires some amount of respect, even just to attempt the actual skip. So willingly give time away to try it, you have to respect it. Unfortunately, Koala Kong's given me the longest one as well again. That's now 2 longest ones, which is really unfortunate. Yes, the Koala Kong can do one of 3 things. Now we do the short throw, the medium throw, or the long throw. The short throw can take like 2 or 3 steps and throw it, like now, which is what you want ideally, depending on how the minecarts line up. Or you can take like a medium, which is like 4 to 5 steps, or like 7 to 8 steps, which is the longest we've had twice. That's what I'm doing this last one. And a medium, nope, long. I have to get out of the way here. It's gonna hit the minecart. Yeah, if I had spanned that back right there, that would have hit the minecart. I have to wait for that 4th cycle again. Yes, unfortunately, 3 long, 1 short. Not the best RNG that you could ever hope for in on that boss, but still done pretty cleanly.
Just to demonstrate how much that can really cost just on RNG for one boss, I've seen as low as like a 108 and as high as like a 120 something.
Yeah.
Split for that level.
It's the biggest RNG in the whole run, pretty much. If you can really call RNG the platformer, but that's pretty much RNG incarnate, really. I mean, if you can get the skip, RNG doesn't really matter, to be honest, apart from really hoping to get the 2 short throws, maximising when you can hit him again. But he saw me do like a 3D jump beneath the actual level here to get to the hidden part faster. But what you meant to do, you meant to jump beneath these 2 bots, right? That's supposed to be like your little clue to jump in between, like, oh, why are those 2 guys down there? You're not meant to be able to get down there at all, you'd be dead. And that's supposed to be like your little clue, like, oh, about something down there, aim between the middle. That's supposed to be a... They were really good in the games to give you like really subtle clues. Some clues more subtle than other, and other clues like, how in the world would anyone ever be able to figure that out at all? Please game, please help. Like probably the most infamous secret I think in all 3 games, from what I can recall myself, is, I think you also know as well, Gaffy, if you know what I'm talking about, the level that takes you to Oedipus Rex.
Oh, in Crash 3,
yeah,
yes.
Like, you have to get grabbed by, in the yellow gem route, get grabbed by a very specific pterodactyl on a certain level. Like, how in the world would anyone be able to figure that out randomly? It's like, oh, you get grabbed by this one pterodactyl, which would normally kill you.
Crazy thing, this was pre-internet times as well, so...
Yeah. I'm trying to delay the actual break as much as possible so I can actually skip. I'm dead.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, apparently I mistimed the actual 3rd box because I thought it was going to break instantly. That was my fault. I was trying to be really aggressive there with my playing. I should have just done the normal stay slow away. Yeah, basically these boxes I'm jumping on right now have like 5 jumps on before they break, but you can actually speed it up a little bit if you actually should have done that actually really, just go from the very end myself. Break already. Break already! Break already! Thank you. You're trying to do that, you wait
It
for
should all
it.
be good now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
I feel like to take forever to actually get through the 5 jumps when you're trying to do it like that way. It's like, come on, alright. I swear you got more than 5. Nah, I could have done that a little bit better, but I haven't done that before. I was trying to be free. I can admit that actually as well. I didn't want to get hit by the steam. Yeah, I'm maybe getting a little bit nervous. It's still been a pretty good run so far overall. It's just been a little bit at places. It's really hard to actually get the correct spin on that. Break them all in one go. Alright, we're coming up to my least favourite bonus in the whole trilogy. Not even kidding. And I'll explain the reason why. I have an eye condition called cornea rosacea. And I've had 2 eye operations, so my vision is a lot weaker than most people's on average eyesight. And unfortunately in this level there's a lot of like boxes, you've got to go from one box to another, and you can't really see Crash that often because of the height differences. And usually I'll die here a lot because of the actual, because you've got to be on the furthest point of the boxes to actually be able to make it. Because even just then I only just made that sight by looking on the far right to the far left of the box. So I'm going to focus here for this last part.
Depth perception in this game is a real killer. So to have anything impairing you at all is miserable. But
First
you killed
try.
it. Congrats.
That is, I usually can die like 4, 5, 6 times in that bonus because my eyesight is weaker than most people, so it's really hard for me to see where I'm going, but I managed to nail it first try. That makes up for the other things from earlier. That really does, actually. Oh yeah. Oh, of course, I fall through perfectly. Of course I do!
You were doing sick trampolining.
Yeah. I then have, I'll need this one as well, thank you. That's what I'm doing now. I'll throw a really good bonus away now by mucking this up. Please break. Thank you. Well, that kind of put a dampener on it after doing that bonus. Still not a bad heavy machinery apart from that last bit right there.
that was not bad. Not bad at all.
And we're at the halfway mark now. Well, at least percentage-wise, we're halfway there, but we're not halfway through getting all the boxes yet. Alright, collect power, so I'm going to have to stay quiet here for this bit, try and get this done properly, so I'll try and give this to you, Gaffy, if possible, please.
So, Cortex Power has a skip that is not easy, but you want to avoid re-entering this level with a colored gem later, so you damage abuse to get out of bounds just a little bit into the ceiling.
Yeah,
When I say it is not easy, that is an understatement.
yeah, so you have to be pretty precise. There's also, it's not only one part to it, it's 2 parts to it as well, which is pretty nerve-wracking. So at the moment, we've just got to try and do levels normal, try and break all the boxes, because what you're meant to do, you're meant to get the blue gem from the level after the next one, and then actually come back and do it normally, but why do it normally? We can just skip it.
So
Alright,
we're grabbing this
so here we
checkpoint and backtracking.
I gotta focus now.
Good luck.
Thank you.
He's up.
That's that first part done. That's only
This
halfway.
part makes me even more nervous, the second part.
Try to see if I can list out for zaps as well, so I know roughly where the actual zaps are ahead of time, so I can go or wait. Right, second part here.
And unfortunately that happens. You try and spin to extend your hitbox, but now, as a result, we're going to have to abuse for a mask so that we can attempt it again.
That's unfortunate. I must have jumped a tad too early or something. Now I've got to do that all over again now. That's a real shame actually. Almost there as well. Right, over again. Oh, no, I'm gonna wait. I am not risking dying by being greedy. I mean, I've gotten really good at doing that first part now, but I actually seem to struggle with the second part more, which actually, Some people debate the first part's easier, second part's easier, but it's kind of the preference, but... Okay, cool.
Nice. First try, let's go.
Yeah, first try. Okay, broke those 2 boxes as well, good stuff, so I know that those 2 are broken. Oh, break please. Ooh! What was that? Did you see that?
My heart dropping. Yeah, that's what that was.
What the hell was that? Like, that was the world's biggest delay of breaking the box I've ever seen. My heart dropped up my chest.
Good game, Mr. Daniel Tangway.
I don't know what that was, but that was a delay if I've ever seen one of a box breaking. I guess I must have been on like the very edge of it, and the game didn't know if I should break it or not. I guess it's like, yes, no, yes. I was about to go back on the edge again and get ready to break it, but then it broke again. I had to, oh! Not gonna lie, I may have pooed myself a little then. Because I would have been very sad.
Level? Because I struggle with the depth perception on this.
Yeah,
So
generator
only
room.
imagine
Everyone's
having
favourite
any-
level said no NST runner ever. Generator room is actually one of my worst levels as well for depth perception. So I'm going to try to do the best that I can. It's not too bad if you're going through it somewhat safe. But you got to get the jumps just right. If you wait too long, you could be in a very bad position later on. But yeah, that was terrifying. Pretty easy bonus, sort of like the Geo bonus for heavy machinery, it's a lot easier. No any as punishing. Hello Link, thank you for the good luck. Thank you. But no, that was terrifying. Ah, damn, fuck, make it. That's fine. I'd rather just push past and get over. I hate that part, so I don't want to do 3D jumping there because I'm not good at that at all. I'm going to try and do the very last diagonal skip, but I'm not going to do... Because if I die here, it's like 2 seconds here or there, it's nothing compared to having to do the whole level over again, so... Like right here you can make it in one jump, but because my eyesight's really hard for me to see where I'm roughly going, so I wait for like half a second and then go for it.
It's one of those things too. It's, I mean,
I still did quite a few
saving
jumps
a
there.
second, but you're risking
A minute
20.
and a half, 2 minutes.
Oh,
So yeah, that was a pretty good generator room, all things considered. It's not as fast as you can do it, but it was still pretty good. There we go, that's the second colour gem. But yeah, Island 3 is pretty much where you get almost all, not all the coloured gems, but you get 5 out of 6 on Island 3. Okay, off to Toxic Waste next, where we try and get the blue gem.
we also get to hear one of the best songs in the game.
It is actually, it is my favourite, not even kidding. I mean, some music it's not the best music ever, but some is really good. This is probably the best song. I'll be quite special to listen to it for a little bit. The heavy metal strings and oh yeah, look, oh that's brilliant. Do 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 do. They've done a really good job with most of these songs. Some songs are pretty meh, like. I wish they might have done like another version of it, like kept more like to heart. I guess they had to try and maybe make the music a little bit more softer for like the younger audience, like because some of the music like in Slippery Climb and Jaws of Darkness were pretty like dark, gloomy, and thematic. That's what made them so good as well when we went through them. The sort of scale.
Crash 2 soundtrack definitely got dulled down in the remaster,
real
sadly.
shame. Like, especially like some of like the levels with like the didgeridoos from like some of the chase levels, like Unbearable and Crash Crush. Like they would actually really use some like proper didgeridoos, but they were actually just like symphonic didgeridoos instead, which took a lot of the punch out of it, unfortunately.
Yeah, don't sleep on the didgeridoo.
Oh, okay. That's fine, so I don't get hit later on. This is fine. Ooh, I actually went on too far there. Almost went. Sometimes it actually can take you through a loop, and you can actually go over the edge. Okay, that's not great. Okay, good enough. That was a little close there. That's the only thing. I can never know roughly where to stand on the re-entering because my eyesight is... I usually try and wait for it to go past me and then go forward. But I must have gone a bit too far forward too early. Okay, time for the fourth boss, Pinstripe Potoroo. The most classiest of all the bosses, in my opinion. And now I'm going to try to do something at the end of this called the machine gun jump. And it actually doesn't do anything to actually get the fight even faster. Technically you can do this fight faster if you actually can get the timings perfect on each side. But I'm letting Pinstripe go to the right first of all, letting him do one free cycle. Because if I go for him straight away, he'll do one extra long gun sequence, which will actually take longer than letting him pass 1 to 3. Oh, excuse me, thank you. But after he does his first free cycle, then we just go ham on his face. But if you're really good, you can actually like wait on the very edge of the carpet and spin the moment he's about to actually reach his location, about to shoot you back. But you can skip his entire gun phase if you can get it right. And the last hit, we can just literally wait underneath the table, spin, and then try and get the machine gun jump. Ah, I was too far to the left. But the machine gun jump is pretty much what I call it because you can literally time it just right, and like he gets stuck underneath his shoes, and like he goes like brrrr. So I call it the machine gun jump. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get it during the run today, but maybe next time. Maybe next time.
I appreciate you showing off all the little jokes.
Yeah, I try and do what I can because some people do get burnt out from this category, and it's easy to see why. So I try and add some humour to it whenever I can. But yeah, time for the high road, as the the Road to Nowhere was supposed to be like the sampler. This is supposed to be the real Dark Souls of Crash Bandicoot. Oh, okay, I mistimed that jump.
Yep,
That's not bad.
Dark Souls.
Yep, Dark Souls. Restart again. Yeah, so unfortunately I didn't have enough. I should have gone for the one before that one. I thought I could have made it, but unfortunately I stood right in between the middle. It's not a big deal. It's just a little bit annoying.
So, for anyone that doesn't know this game, the light planks will stay there, the dark planks will disappear, or they'll fall after you step on them, and the crack ones you'll instantly fall through and die.
Yeah. That's supposed to be like your little clue on what you can and can't step on.
Now intended is you jump on these turtles, but it's slow, and also dangerous because the bouncing just does not function correctly.
Yeah.
So the ropes is faster and safer.
Because in the OG version, you can actually jump on the turtle from like almost any range, and you can still make it the other side, almost like 9 out of 10 times. In this version, you'd actually have to wait for the turtle to move to its place as far north as it can, jump on it again to get ready for the jump, and then prepare yourself to go forward. And even then, you'd only just make it to the next one. I'm not even kidding. Like, I don't know if the devs did that on purpose, like to make it even harder than it had to be, but they literally have to be on the very edge of each turtle to actually make it to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. It made it unbearably difficult for no real reason. So that's actually what the level I was most looking forward to, actually, by the way, Gaffy. On my first playthrough of NST, I can't wait to do the high road and Road to Nowhere because the turtle bouncing, and I'm like, oh,
no.
Oh no. Like all my happiness and joy melted in an instant when I was like, oh, we don't go very far across the bridge against turtles. Oh no. So yeah, so instead of having to jump off these turtles. Actually, also in the OG version, it actually was faster to use the turtles, by the way, as well, because running on the rope, running normally would be slower. But in this version, it's better. And there we go, it's the high road finish. For only one death near the start, that's not too bad. And we're now at the halfway mark now. The run that's now 13 out of 27 gems, so we're pretty much at the halfway mark. Alright, time for the climb. Yes, everyone's probably would you say it's the most infamous level, Gaffy?
Yes. Besides, this is
Stormy.
basically diet storming.
Yeah.
So the checkpoints are rare.
There's actually only one checkpoint as well.
If you mess up, you lose a lot of time, and it's easy to do that.
You've got to jump in all these alcoves as well, and you have to wait for some of these cycles as well to actually come back out, because you haven't got enough time to go to the boxes and then go do the cycle properly. Which is can be nerve-wracking, especially with these alcoves right here. I could jump to the left there and go back to the bird instantly, but if you muck it up, you have hit your head on the top of the actual platform and you just fall to your death and die. So I'd rather just go to the right hand side, wait like maybe half a second later or half a second longer and keep it more safe than risk losing my life there. Ah. Yeah, so if we had a mask, we could try and do a hyper jump here, which is like probably like the biggest move tech in the game. But it's only usable in a very certain amount of locations. But in all gems, it isn't very practical, unfortunately. I mean, you can use it to some degree, but you have to do it like a very weird way of doing it in all gems because you can skip this like top sequence right here, but stop right before you get to this sequence. So you can only do like maybe 2/3 of the hyper jump before you have to actually stop it yourself, which can be very difficult about mucking up yourself.
And you still need to hit the boxes, so...
Ah, okay. Damn.
Luckily, we're right by the checkpoint.
But
so
I died, so I...
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I broke it.
That's right.
Usually I can make that cycle quite easily, but apparently I wasn't able to make it that time. I must have been too slow on the way up the staircase. Okay, so that's gonna add some time to it, unfortunately. That's my own fault. I should have waited it out, but usually I can always make that cycle if I'm fast enough. But apparently I was just a tad off it. So this is where the time can get really eaten up if you actually keep doing that on certain levels. Luckily, the cloud's probably the worst of the suspects. In my hardest, from easiest to hardest, it's probably Toxic Waste, Lost City, Generator Room. Actually, no, yeah, the lab. Then actually, the easiest one's actually the lab, to be honest, because it's pretty simple. Oh, okay, I forgot about that apparently. That's, yeah, it punishes you for jumping too high on that one. Alright, just calm down, calm down.
I believe my first any percent playthrough of this game, I was on this level for 10 to 15 minutes.
Really?
And that's not even getting everything.
I can't remember how long it took me to actually do it, to be honest. I think I was here for like maybe like 9, 10. Yeah, I forget that one jump there actually punishes you for jumping too high and bike can be too safe. Like, actually, the gate actually put a spike actually pretty high above you as well, so it forces you to do a small jump. But yeah, you can see, like, we should have been at the end of the level by now, but we're still not only having to go back through the bottom half again. So yeah, it's a little unfortunate, but yeah. There's only one checkpoint in the whole oh, never mind, I gotta wait now. I might be able to make that, but that was too close to call. With the elevator going up.
You don't want to risk the death. Now, in my opinion, I don't know if you feel the same, but the first half of this level is by far more challenging than the second half.
It can be, yeah. The top layer, it's got a lot more pitfalls, but it's more methodical. It's more methodical than actually the bottom half. There's a lot more like platform on the bottom, but top's a lot more dangerous. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And you'll see shortly, like there's a lot more pitfalls, but oh, okay, fine. I'm not gonna risk it. Could try to squeeze under there, but I'm not gonna risk it. Okay, as you can see up here, it's literally just like one big pitfall apart from a couple of steps here and there to keep you going, but it's a lot more methodical and slow. The bottom is a lot more spontaneous. Obviously, actually in all gems you can't even skip this section, but in 8% you can literally just try to do hyper jump and go over the level. I was gonna say, please don't be. Thank you. I hate that one right there, that first one, because he can very easily kill you from underneath that step. You can very easily just hit you through the actual lower staircase and kill you.
My hitbox is a little bit cheating.
Yeah, it's pretty unforgiving. Like punishing you for actually being ready to actually get ready to move. You have no idea when it's actually going to go either.
This jump. Oh.
Then that's my own strategy that I do then. What you meant to do is you meant to actually like try and time the bounty box to get over. But I found a better way to do it myself. It might be a little bit slower, but it's a lot safer. Just go up on the TNT, and then jump at the very last part of the actual TNT and just jump over to safety. Alright, last little hard
It
bit
looks
right
a lot
here.
better.
And we're almost done. Okay, this could have gone a lot better, to be honest. This was not my best ever climb, but not bad considering. I tried to be a little bit greedy and I paid for it, but it's fine.
Red gem, good job.
Red gem got. That's now 4 of the 6 coloured gems. That's probably universally the highest one to get, followed by Lost City. It's most people probably say that's the 2 highest, Lost City and Slippery Climb. Alright, lights out. Do you care to explain the mechanics on this level, Gaffy?
Well, so instead of a regular mask that you get, you require the mask to be a lantern for you. There's a lot of optimization in here, including a very tricky rat strat, which almost nobody goes for.
It's really hard, and if you fail it, it's pretty much over. Because you got to go a long way after that to get back to where you were.
It starts off with some precise timing, jumping, platforming. Later on, it'll add in the slice. And if you do get hit, you won't instantly die, but you'll lose your light, and pretty much that will kill you because,
It'll be
as
lights
you notice,
out.
there's holes everywhere.
Yeah, I mean you can actually do it because my settings in this game are kind of weird. You have your monitor or your in-game settings changed in such a way you can still see in the dark pretty easily. But we're fun than that. But I've seen so many people play this game casually. They get hit, and they just say like, oh my god, I can't see, oh my god, I can't see. But you'd be surprised that that's actually what gets people killed more than actually just not having a light. People just panicking, not even killing. Most people just panic too much when they get hit and have no light. Just like I said, like stop, think, and try and go from there. It's the panic that kills people more than the actual having no light. Yeah, that's a pretty simple lights out. Was a little, so I could have gone a little faster, but that was still pretty good being, taking it slowly. Alright, Jaws of Darkness, the highest box count level in the game. I think it's like 115? 112 boxes, that's it. Even I can't remember sometimes the actual box in this level.
Also a pain on depth perception,
Yeah.
for sure.
I'm not going to go for this risky platform section, so I'll wait for the next one to come up. Because you've got to do a lot of like diagonal left, diagonal right movement to get through there unscathed. That's fine, I've got to get hit anywhere at some point, so I must use it right up now. Because we're going to get in 3 masks very shortly anyway, so you can use these first 2 masks as like a little bit of just to skip some cycles and skip some waiting on hit on certain parts. So I'm going to use this second mask when we get to the fire pit in a second, which is going to be like 3 jumps from now. And just push right through and just get hit on purpose. Stand still, otherwise you will actually fall in the pit and die. But it's worth it to skip that fire pit cycle. You can actually avoid getting hit there, but you have to actually like hug the very, very left side of the actual fire pit.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that.
I've done it before, but only in practice, not actually in a run. You can actually avoid having to wait for the cycle. I think Depp does it in his World Record run.
Of course he does.
It's not a huge time save, it's like maybe like 2 seconds, but obviously at that point every second counts. Like, that's a lot of time. But yeah, you can see like we've got the blue gem for Toxic Waste, and this gives us like this huge like 50 gem pathway of blue gems to jump over. And using the triple mask form to break all its boxes very quickly, breaking these ones. Way over. And back to the main path. And you have to don't worry about any backtracking because all the boxes, there's no box between the start of the blue gem path and right there, so you can just go straight forward from there. But yeah, so you can see Jaws is a lot more technical than Temple Ruins.
It's almost cruel they had that one hidden box out of sight, giving that Crash 4 vibe.
Yeah, they took some inspiration from this level, I'm pretty sure, for hiding the box off screen. They also see, for some reason he saw me. Oh wait, what?
Oh no!
Wait.
Did we spin away the token?
What happened to the other one? Oh, I know why. Because the TNT crate crushed the TNT crate can crush the token sometimes for whatever weird reason. Don't ask me, it's a thing that can happen, it's super frustrating. Luckily I noticed before it was too late, I'm pretty sure. It can happen very rarely, but it's super stupid when it happens, because you've got to be careful. I guess it is right here, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the TNT crushed the actual token before I could pick it up. Yeah, good thing I actually remembered that before I panicked too much. I was like, oh yeah, that's probably that, isn't it? And it was right. Unfortunately, I can't try and do the fast thing through here now, so I've got to contend with the randomness of the explosions not happening my way.
Oh.
Wait. This first one's actually pretty easy. The second one can be a bit poopy. It can be very mean because it can blow up these 2 crates for you, which is super. You have to like do it early and then get back over.
Hey, make it look easy.
That's not actually easy. You have to literally be on the far right-hand side of that box to make it. If you're not, you'll just make it, but have to do another jump, or you'll just slide off the edge and just have to restart again. But luckily I managed to recover and managed to remember where the token actually was. That's one good thing. Break, damn you. Thank you. Yeah, so jaws can be very cruel, like right there, because I must have been a bit too early of trying to spin the actual lower half. And the TNT crushed the apple token. Ah.
No Jamie strat?
What, Jamie strat?
He's found an optimization for this level, pretty much jumping over the TNTs.
Oh really?
It's pretty neat, yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, not bad. Good recovery. Let me guess now. I'm gonna be like 1 box away, aren't I? Nope, never mind. We're fine. Alright, crushes, be nice, please. Yeah, these crushes can act very weird after leaving the actual bonus level. They can sometimes like go in out very quickly until they actually get a hard reset on themselves. Don't ask me, but there we go. That's now both keys. So no more complex bonus levels now. And we'll come back to those levels later on. Ooh, castle machinery. That's gonna be fun. Having a mass key would be a lot better, but I'm sure we'll manage without it. Yeah, so you can see the green gem path there, but we won't be taking it, unfortunately, because we can't do that. Because we've got to take all the gems or the boxes in this level. But if we were to actually take that green gem, it would take us up and over the actual barrier and collect us 27 lives and get out level straight away. But unfortunately, we can't use that in this level, on this route. We have to actually do a level normally.
Something interesting about the any percent routing, it's actually because of the length of this level, it's faster to get the green gem in any percent, so that way you can skip this level.
Yeah, that's probably our most frequently asked question when we actually do like 8% runs. Are like, excuse me, why are you getting green gem? Or why are you getting all boxes in this level? Aren't you doing any percent? I'm like, oh, hello, my fellow Twitch viewer. Glad you asked that question. It's a very good question indeed. And usually I just literally tell them what Gaffy just said as well. It's faster to actually get the bonus or the actual green gem in Lost City, and then actually just skip this level, then just do level normally in Lost City, and then just do this level as well. It was theorized, like back in the day, that actually this would be faster to actually just do the level normally by actually skipping over. That's my bad, I didn't even do that. That's fine. It was actually funny, it actually would be faster to actually do it doing both levels by skipping over part of the level, by going over the hot pipe and going like to the second half of the level. But then after some more tweaking and like optimization, actually that was actually dropped for just doing the actual bonus level, doing the green gem route and getting the lost gem from Lost City. Well, it's hard. Well, it's hard to describe where I'm actually doing the level. But yeah, usually we'll just get the actual green gem from Lost City because it's faster than actually doing castle machinery normally. Probably our most frequently asked question for Crash 1 speedrunners. I mean, if I got like 100 bits every time I answered that question, I'd be pretty rich by now, not gonna lie. Must have been asked like what, maybe like 35 times so far in my career? From people. And like, it feels like I'm TLT this from Final Fantasy X. It's like, it's kind of weird hearing myself say make the same mistake or excuse over and over again. Funny, but a little sad. I was even thinking about making just like an actual command when doing like crash runs, like exclamation marks, like GC, like green gem, and like we grab the gem from Lost City, so we don't have to actually do castle machinery because we can go right over the actual level.
If I ran it often enough, I probably would. I know a lot of people tend to add commands for that.
Alright, we're now at the 3/4 mark. Nearing 2/3 finished. Alright, up next is the 5th boss, Dr. Nitrous Brio. Also, probably in case people haven't actually seen it yet, probably most of the actual bosses, like the humanoid boss names, like Dr. Nitrous Brio, they're all puns on like parts of the anatomy or just science things in general. Which I always found like amazing when I was younger. Oh yeah, I've got to do it straight away to get the potion skip.
Now, I don't know if you do. Are you going to show us a cool Brio strat?
I'm going to try to. I will try my best. Between the main skip or the side skip.
Either.
Yeah, I can't do the main skip yet, unfortunately. Jamie can, I can't. I'm going to do this the side strategy. It's still pretty fast compared to doing it naturally, but I can't do it the way you're meant to be doing it. Yes, now Mr. Brio is going to go TM Hulk mode. And it's going to try and punch us to a pancake. Oh wow, okay. That's actually surprising. It also sort of falls on the right hand side. I must have been too far to the left.
What are you doing? What are you doing there?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just jumping on his head and just dunking him. So
easy.
Yeah, so basically what you do, you basically jump on the block, jump towards him as fast as possible, and then once you make the first contact, you jump again to return to yourself, which allows you to basically just run to his head. And that counts as damage to him, apparently. Because the game can't register him just actually having to do a cycle first, and then actually taking damage. It's just, you just give him a few bonks on the head, and that's it, he's done. Alright, the lab, the last level before we start doing the backtrackings, apart from Storm Descent, I guess. Unfortunately, we have to actually take it somewhat slow because you can't get tokens fast enough and also skip the actual gates. Well, technically, you can actually get underneath the electric fences, but it's incredibly difficult and you have no idea roughly where you should stand for it. So you usually just better just to wait it out, just do it normally, than risk trying to run through the electric fence while it's going and get zapped by it, losing a mask, or even worse, respawning and having to restart. Okay, please be a nice bonus. No. Unfortunately, if you muck up that first jump, you have to reset. There's nothing you can do about it. Unfortunately, the bounty box is not high enough to actually reach the 2 boxes up above you from there, so you have to actually restart. You've got to get it just right as well. If you're too far over to the left or right, you won't make it. And if you go too far
As you'll
over,
see, the game wants you to jump around that box so you can get higher boxes.
yeah, it's pretty cruel. Alright, second try, I'll take it, considering it took me 4 times this afternoon, so that's not too bad, to be honest. But now this is where it gets really important now, where I can't afford to make a mistake. Nope, goodbye. Yeah, what you meant to do, you meant to actually like hit the scientists where they're not actually like shooting out electricity and knock them back 3 times into the hole. Or a nice little cheeky nod back to the original, you can just jump around them, because why fight when you can just walk around them? I'm gonna wait here. Yeah, I wasn't gonna risk getting zapped right there near the end. Lovely. Ooh, that's a little scary there, not gonna lie. Alright, and so we've got let's wait for this to actually blow up, get the gem right out of here. And that's the 5th coloured gem, the yellow gem, leaving 1 left, the purple one, which we're gonna be going to get in a minute. And now we're now 2/3 through the run now. Alright, now to make the repeat visits now. Now we can go and get all gems we weren't able to get on our first visits. Lights out. Yes, not that much to talk about getting lights out, pretty much just doing exactly the same thing we did before, and make our way towards the yellow gem, which you can see. You actually could see all the phases where the gems would be, but obviously not actually highlighted in. We haven't got them. But now, when they've got the yellow gem, we can now take the yellow gem route in Lights Out. So we've got to pretty much do exactly the same as we did last time. Just got to go as fast as we can. Because if you do wait too long, your mask will run out of light, and you'll still technically have the hit marker protection, but you'll have no light source. So you can't wait too long here. It will punish you for waiting too long. Probably the only level back in the original version which basically emphasised on speed. Like most levels would literally let you stand there as long as you really wanted to. But this level actually would punish you for waiting too long. Kind of a nice little twist they used to do, like the concept of speedrunning that early. Like, come on, TikTok, you haven't got all day. And that's it, we are about done, and there we go, there's the yellow gem marker from last time. Now it's highlighted in, so now we can start using it. And up we go, up the tower. There's 3 hidden boxes, click the purple gem, and that's all 6 colour gems.
It's nice that they actually have an exit right by the purple gem as well, instead of having to back down and complete the level again.
Pretty nice. Okay, now time to do the first key level. And this is why we got the keys, because they actually unlock these side entrances to get to other levels. And just like Lights Out, Fumbling in the Dark is a harder version of its younger brother, Lights Out, and Lights Out is really easy comparison. Would you agree, Gaffy?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
I'll try and talk as I can.
Like you said earlier, the big brother.
Yeah, this is the big brother. It's like, if the climb's like younger brother is Stormy, this is definitely Lights Out's own version of it. Now I'm going to let Gaffy primarily do a lot of commentary here, because I got to focus on, because these jumps are pretty difficult to make. Because I got to be super quick with these areas.
They are very precise, and as you'll notice in the beginning, he has to do some sections actually focusing on the environment on the side.
I mean, I didn't have to do that jump like that, but it's a lot safer than having to like wait for like you could like 2, like 1, 2, then jump, instead of having to take that danger out of the equation by just jumping on the side. Some say it's cheating, but if it's there, use it. It's a lot safer. I mean, I'm pretty sure you would use it as well if you were in that situation. Like, either wait on this like rickety platform or wait on like some solid wooden furnishings.
Now, the real question I've always had: why?
Okay, I got forced. I was too slow. I got forced off the side. That's unfortunate. I didn't try to panic there. I was trying to see if I could let the guillotine hit me and then try to get back down to the actual ground level. But I couldn't find myself where I was. I got pushed off the side and just died. That's unfortunate. So you're gonna say Gaffy before I got killed?
Oh, I was just gonna make a note that why are there so many chairs on this level?
I don't know. It may be because this is supposed to be his waiting room. If it is, it's the world's worst waiting room. Or maybe this is where he keeps all his chairs in storage for wherever has his mass scientist ball party. I don't know. The possibilities are endless with Cortex. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Unfortunately, I was a tad too slow going through that guillotine section. The timing is pretty tight there anyway, so... But only 1 death, and it wasn't a major one anyway. It's not too bad. Could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot worse, definitely. Ba-da-ba. And that also is the end to Iron 3 apart from Stormy Ascent. So now we can start to clear up Iron 2 now. Oh, no, why does Crash do that? I don't know why I go down once and he'll force himself down the other way once as well. It's very strange. Like, no Crash, not that way, this way. Alright, road to nowhere number 2. Like, there isn't much more to really add to these, like, second visits. It's pretty much the same for what I've done already, just happened to do some few extra side bits. Now we can actually go and do the side area. Excuse me, thank you. Hello, Mr. Hog. I feel sorry for these hogs. Their only goal all day, every day is to run up and down the bridge constantly. Maybe that's why the bridge is worn out. Maybe it's because they kept running back and forth, breaking the planks.
Poor guys, they're the real prisoners here.
Mind you, it makes no sense though, because what I've actually done before, I actually broke all the actual planks on purpose, and they can still run on thin air. Like, what? They got magic, they can run on thin air. It's about fair. I wish I could run on thin air. Oh, excuse me. You're not meant to do it that way. You're meant to actually like use the actual the block right here. make this one activate, and then jump off that one to get off the top area. Or you can just like spin right through it, because for science.
Yep, hill.
Yep. Yep, game mechanics.
Now, slightly risky. It's nice he had the triple mass, but you notice he skipped the checkpoint there to opt to grab it after, just in case.
Yeah.
You don't want to have to go get those boxes again.
Yeah, that's why you could break it straight away, and if you do die, you shouldn't have done that on that side section anyway, but for whatever reason you do, they'll go quite far, but if you can just do it normally, and then if you, for whatever reason you die on this part, for some reason, then you got like more of a fail safe to put back on. Da 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 da. I'm gonna try and damage boost right here so I can try and go faster. There we go, thank you.
Nice.
That actually took me quite a while to actually learn how to do it properly. It's not even that difficult, it's got to actually just be on the TNT properly and then jump the moment you actually spin it. Otherwise you can fall through. Also, there's another small skip I could try and do here, but I'm not going to risk doing it in a marathon because if I muck it up and have to redo the whole level over again. So I'm just going to take the red gem here. You can like use the outside of that little ledge thing, like jump out the other side of the actual rope there on that ledge and go right down the side. Oh dear.
Oof.
Yeah, you have to use the one position like your indicator as when to jump. Because without it, you'd have no idea when to jump. But luckily, that goes to one position, supposed to be like your little indicator when to jump, which is super nice. All right, entering the last 8 gems now. Sorry, 7 gems. 7 gems. Okay, Boulder Dash. Same as last time, apart from going down to the underground. Usually, I hate the underground sequence here because the camera is. It's serviceable, but for me with my eyes, my eye condition, I've died in the lower section more than I actually really care to count. Because the depth perception in that area is actually pretty unforgiving. Like it looks like it's further away than it is, and usually I always go too early and end up getting eaten and have to redo the second section again. Yeah, nothing much to really add so far to this first bit, just doing everything we've done before. But this is actually where I saved like a minute on my actual PB.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't die in the bottom section. Because you have to redo basically from the third checkpoint down to the bottom again. It's not only the time that I lost downstairs as well, then the time I have to respawn and go back down there again, so... I really wish like the power mob was a thing in this game, like you get like sprint shoes and leave that boulder in the dust.
Oh yeah, congratulations to you yesterday in PBing in your practice for this run, and
Actually, the PB early this afternoon, actually.
oh, this afternoon.
Yeah, it was when I did my run with Jamie. So that was pretty pog. That was pretty pog. By my I think it was like 25 seconds I got a PB by. I come up to the last part again now. Also, I should probably mention in the original version, if you try to actually you could get really far ahead by zigzagging and spin jumping. But if you actually if you didn't make it fast enough, you can get crushed by the boulder on the way down by the actual boulder. But this version, you're actually completely invulnerable to it, which is strange but nice. Okay, that's 1 and that's 2. Yeah, I'll have to thank Jamie for that little tip right there. He tells you to actually just jump and spin to water. Usually I have to try to spin them not normally, but giving you the jump and spin gives you a little bit more of a height advantage over the actual piranha plant. And the chance of dying, which is really good. Alright, one last thing to do on Iron 2, and that'll be Iron 2 completely finished. And be off to Rolling Stones after Whole Hog. And this is the second and last of the secret levels. Whole Hog, this is the older brother of Hog Wild, and to be honest, isn't that much harder than Whole Hog and Hog Ride. Probably the only hard thing about this level is don't move too much. The more you move, the more the game punishes you for it, because there'll be something you can't. Because I actually died so much here on my first run through. Because the game tries to trick you and try to move more, but you have to try and resist the move as much as possible. Just grab what you need and stay still. Like seriously. Because there's one cycle, you try and go left and right too much, you will not make it under. You can't jump over it, and you can't go under it, so you literally trap yourself in both ways. Because you cannot control the speed of the hog, whatever you do. Completely on rails. Like right here, you got to move as little as possible right here. There we go, make it under quite a bit of time there. If you move too much, you can't make it. And
Now I'm
I'd
curious
say.
your take. Who is the best animal vehicle?
Ooh, now
Crash
that's a
Bandicoot
loaded
series?
question. That's a very loaded question. I think for me it has to be Pura.
And why is that?
Because for one, I love tigers, just for one. And usually the Pura levels are done, I think, a little bit more better than like the Pura levels. The Pura's a really good vehicle level, or vehicle to use, if you want to call it a vehicle, the animal stage. But a lot, especially like the nighttime level, nighttime bear level is incredibly unforgiving. Especially for casual players, they can very easily get you to die more than you'd actually like. Because I've seen people like play it casually, like on like the ice physics, like oh I've gone too far to the left, oh too far to the right, and you have to force you have to die. But at least on the actual pro levels, it's just down to your own control. There's nothing out that's going to stop you from actually getting to where you need to get to. That's my reasoning anyway. It's not the best reasoning, that's my reasoning. The whole stage is alright. That's more just a cheeky throwback to the later levels. That's pretty much where like all the other where everyone looks back at the camera because of Hog Wild. Like in Crash 2 with Polar, Crash 3 with Bora with Coco, Crash 4 with both with Polar as well. Okay, never mind. I tried to get at the edge of that side, I didn't make it. Luck it's not too major. I lost my mask there, but it's gonna be a little bit slower for Native Fortress. It's unfortunate. It's really hard for me to actually play really well while trying to focus on what I'm trying to say as well. It's really difficult to try and do half and half. Like trying to do good cohesive commentary while trying to also focus on not actually dying. Actually getting the third mask for me doesn't matter too much, but it's still having the third mask going into Native Fortress, which is pretty nice. Boing, boing. Now, if you're a real Crash player, you can literally do this whole burst without touching the floor. But it ain't as fast as doing it that way. Alright, time for the blue gem path. This is where we sort of saw earlier outlines, but... There we go. Hello, Cortex. Like, who even came down here and put like an imprint of Cortex in the actual ruin? Like, seriously, who really went down there and put it in the first place? Oh. Okay, so be a little bit safer there because I didn't get the actual 1-3-5 jump. I got the 1-2-4. Alright, and that's the last... actually, no, I tell a lie. We've got one more Brio bonus left to go. I tell a lie. I'm sorry. I lied. There we go, that's the Rolling Stones finished. Yeah, we're coming up to the last little bit of the run now. We've got 5 more gems left to collect now. Sorry, 4 more gems left to collect, sorry. 4 gems left. We've got Native Fortress, Upstream, Jungle Rollers, and then Stormy Ascent left to go. Yeah, so pretty much the same as last time, but this time we actually have to break all the boxes along the way, so we can't get all the cycles we want to, unfortunately, but it's good enough what we need. We have 2 masks to help us to prevent ourselves from certain things later on, excuse me. Now I could use one to get through one part a bit faster, but I usually use my masks more as a defense tool against the actual things later on. Because what you really don't want to do is get like all the actual boxes, get near the end of the level, and then die to a flame pit or a piranha plant, have to do that entire section all over again. So it's just better just to actually take a bit more time just to ease yourself into it and get the job done. Doop a doop a doo 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 doo. Alright, we're almost done with the first part of the level. I could have gone for that maybe, that would have been very close though. Come on, tick-tock. Monkey. Bring. Ba-ba-dam, ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-dam. Yeah, the bursts are getting easier and easier now, so actually technically we would actually do some of the hard bursts first and the easy bursts last, so it's more just a wind down now, ready for the last part. Alright, time for the... There's absolutely no reason to grab this mask here as well, because if you do, you got to do the whole climbing over again, so there's no point doing it at all. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you. Very rude. Jump, jump, jump. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I could have probably made that, but I didn't want to risk it. I was a bit late going on for the dash from the fire hit there. Do. Alright, up we go, up into the sky. This can be pretty disorientating as well, we suffer from like vertigo. Like there's even like one person I actually used to watch that that couldn't do this at first level because they have extreme vertigo. Like, the backdrop was too much from the handle, and like, the thing will actually be like big up in the air. It was too much from the handle.
I can't even imagine that. That'd be wild.
They literally couldn't do it because of their vertigo, which is fair enough. I mean, because actually you do get like it's like, oh, I'm in the clouds. Like, oh dear, someone help me. Okay, fine, whatever. I gotta get hit once anyway at some point. Okay, that's fine. And let's bring it on home. Ring.
I will be right back in a second. I need to set up everything.
And that's native done. Alright, come up to the last part of the run now. We've just got to try and do 2 spore levels just to try and get those knocked out, and then off to the big one. Yeah, up to upstream next. Because unfortunately, I could try and go for leaf skip here, but actually getting all these boxes and like all the tokens, it's almost impossible to actually get it, so it's just worth not even risking it and just waiting for it to get close enough for you. You can do it, I think, with triple mask form, because you get such a huge speed boost while going off the leaf. But without it, it's really, really risky. It's almost not even worth trying. Because if you do muck it up, you're not going to have like the mask going into jungle rollers, you're not going to have the mask going into the ascents. For like maybe like 2 seconds of time save, you could risk maybe losing like 15, 20, maybe even more going into the last few levels.
I'm always interested by the optimizations made with having triple mass.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, I think you could still make it, but you'd only be making it by the skin of your teeth, and if you do muck it up, you'd be losing a lot for the next like 3 levels. So it's like, do you really want to risk like maybe 1.5 seconds for maybe 25? You get so much from having, you get like 2 mask forms, maybe even 3, you get 2 mask forms in jungle rollers, which is quite a lot of time saved right there. Oh, okay. That's risky, but that's about 2 seconds time save right there. You can make it if you go for it straight away, but any hesitation, you cannot make that. And now we're stuck here now, we have to go this way now. Jim might leave you behind like, see ya. Okay.
Oh no.
That's fine, it's not a huge deal. We'll be a little bit slow going for jungle rollers, nothing that major. I think we can still make the 140 estimate even with having to reset Slippery. Yeah, we have to play pretty well though to be able to actually get sub 140 now anyway. Alright, jungle rollers, second to last gem. We're kind of up to the end of the run now.
It's kind of nice going back to these early levels. It's almost like
it's a wind down.
Taking a nice breath at the end.
Yeah, to get you prepared for... You can do storming at the very start of the run, but there's almost no reason to do it at the start of the run because it's optimizing it wouldn't be as good as it will last. I mean, sometimes some people do Stormy first, they can get out of the way, so they do like Stormy and then do Great Gate, and then if it fails at Great Gate, and it's like, oh, okay, that's not so bad. So it's preference more at the end of the day, but almost everyone I know leaves Stormy to last. Especially having Triple Mask Form for the very start of the level as well is pretty nice. I have a fly buzzing around my head.
Oh no.
Go away. I'm trying to speedrun here. Hello. Oh, that was so hard, guys. That was the hardest level we've done so far. That's the run killer right there. Not Stormy Ascent, not Slippery Climb. That bonus right there. That's the real run killer. A lot of people, my co-commentator can justify for that. My friend Jimmy can justify to that. Ray Bandicoot. Mr. Boots, you can all. That's the worst part of the run right there. We smashed it. We smashed it. Alright, that makes 26 out of 26, but we've still got one more left to collect. Oh yeah, this is going to be really close to estimate. We have to pretty much do this almost perfectly. Alright, Stormy Ascent. This is the level that we removed in the original version. Good luck. You're going to need it. Yeah, we have Triple Mask Form for the start of it, but it's going to be super useful for later on.
I have seen some scary attempts at this level.
Oh yeah, it's terrifying. Also, note to self, make sure I hurt myself at some point up on my way up here. Because you don't want Triple Mask Form when going up. Excuse me. Thank you. I was literally walking through his hand for ages. Fine, whatever. Should have just got hit here, to be honest. I should really just get hit by this potion guy right here, really. But you really don't want Triple Mask Form going into this next part up here. You really don't, because you can actually do it with Triple Mask Form, but if you get the angle just wrong or something else happens to you, it can literally just get killed. That's why you always want to try and get hurt if possible before getting up here, because you don't want Triple Mask Form at all. Unless you can pull it off, you can get to go a lot faster, but if you don't pull it off, you're pretty much a goner. Now I'm going to focus up here a little bit, because this level was pretty difficult, especially trying to commentate while also doing it properly.
That's alright. If you need to focus up, focus up. It is a challenging level.
No, I don't know why I went for that. I thought I could have made that, because I have to wait too early, so I thought, okay, I'll go 2 now this time, but no, apparently, no, that wasn't, it was too far away. Okay, fine, that's probably going to really not help our course now. Using a mask, plus also a second mask as well, having to redo a certain section as well, doesn't help our cause. Fine, whatever. Should just wait out 2 more cycles really, that would have been fine. I mean, you can actually like use one of your masks right here to actually get through it a bit faster. And just like wait on the actual spikes for it to come round. That's what you can do, that's what some people actually do a lot. No, I'm not going to risk this one right here either. You muck it up, you go slide right down, you're gone. Alright, checkpoint, there we go. I think we can still make sub 140, but it's going to be very close now, I think. Oh, okay, that's actually really bad. I got thrown off there, go down that hill. Yeah, I had to get down there early. Wait for it. Oh, okay. Alright, bonus time. Oh yeah, it's going to be really close to sub 140. I think we can still do it, but I've got to play really well now to get sub 140. Just got to wait it out, wait it. It's just more of like a puzzle, more like a bonus level, to be perfectly honest. It's more of a puzzle. This is like a real puzzle. There's still a little bit of platforming involved, skill-based, but it's primarily how to figure out what to do in what order. Alright, good stuff. Oh dear. There we go.
I have definitely seen those crates kill people. Which
Yeah,
is...
you gotta be really careful because they will squish you. They'll squish you. Excuse me, Mr. Scientist, thank you. Yeah, we're like a mass going into this last section, but we should be okay, so I'm gonna actually get the first part correct. Yeah, these platforms go in really fast. Like, you thought the ones in Sunset Vista going in and out fast. You haven't seen nothing yet. Okay, apparently my jump got... Okay, fine. Well, we can't get 140 now. That was my last shot. Oh well, we're going to be overestimated, unfortunately. I failed! I'm a terrible speedrunner. I'm over my estimate. the shame of any speedrunner being overestimated at a speedrunning event. I must now retire and go live in a cottage somewhere for the rest of my life. I have been shamed. Oh, it's painful having to wait for these cycles. Oh, oh. Oh dear me. Do 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 do. No, I'm not going to go for that. All right, last part of the level. Do 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 do. Oh really?
Oh no.
That was my fault. I thought I could have made that. Luckily, it's a very quick death. Like what? 5 seconds? Not even that. Da, 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 da. Alright, last part. Stormy is not an easy level. You can die very easy on any part of these platforms, on these areas. I think on my first playthrough, I think I spent like 22 lives on my first playthrough getting through Stormy Ascent. And we're done.
GG.
Well, we've still got a little bit, one last thing left to do, but that's be time in a minute. But yeah, Todd, we're coming up closely to the end of the run now. Once we get through the last level, which is going to be just a couple of jumps to the very end, that'll be time.
Dying on Great Hall?
Yep. Yep, fun. Yeah, back to the Great, well, off to the Great Hall. You can either go straight forward, go face Cortex, or you can go and collect all the actual, or you can go to the secret exit. Collect all. Actually, you only actually need 20 gems for some weird reason for this, instead of only all 26 or 27, because it doesn't count the colored gems for whatever weird reason. It would have been nice if actually would have changed the Great Hall in this version. Also, it was a limitation back in the old day, but not. But it would have been nice for it right here. Anyway, time is in 3, 2, 1, time.
GG.
Oh, 141.41.
Numbers that are aesthetic.
Yes. Now that's appropriate. Yeah, it's only 1 minute. That real killer that I think was Slippery Climb. But yeah, not bad at all. Not bad. Considering for marathon. But yeah, thank you very much though, Geffy, for co-commentating that for me. That was super helpful in certain areas.
Good run, man.
Thank you very much. Could have been better, but definitely could have been a lot worse. Definitely could have been a lot worse. But yeah, guys, once you get all the gems, you get treated to this very special little ending cutscene, like you can find out where everyone's gone to after the events of Crash 1. But yeah, guys, so that's the end of Crash 1. Thank you very much for having me. It was an absolute pleasure. I also want to thank once again Geffy for co-commentating for us, which I'll be doing his co-commentary for very shortly.
Yep, we're gonna move right on to the sequel.
Crash 2.
Bandicoot 2, which changes up the run quite a bit. This is not as precise, and tactical, but more on a technical and speedy aspect, which is right up my alley.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that when we get into the run in hopefully a few minutes. Yeah, guys, so thank you all for having us, and we'll see you again very shortly for our next run. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you for that magnificent run, Zooey. I appreciate that. It's such a flashback to see Crash Bandicoot. Although I was never big on it growing up, I did play the game casually, and it has a lot of nostalgia attached to it. So thank you for bringing that. And we're not done yet. We have Crash 2 coming up next. Let's see here. Before we go into that, let me make sure I thank TACOthon for the $50 donation. I appreciate that. We're getting close to our goal, y'all, $950. I bet by the end of this run we can break 1,000. And then, of course, the end goal is 1,200, just so we can beat what we raised last year. All right, and this all goes to American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Exclamation donate in the chat if you'd like the link. I'm going to go ahead and get Crash 2 cropping. Enjoy the music. We'll be right back.